Previously on Oh, the Audacity. All right, guys, welcome back to Oh, the Audacity.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in yet another Thursday. I am happy you guys keep coming back. And listen, please tell a friend to hit that subscribe button or follow us on Instagram as well at O_the.audacity. So I got my girl Jacqueline and Tay. You know, I'm cooking. So we got a lot of stuff. Huh?
No, I told them thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And you know, we're just gonna jump right into a hot topic, guys, because you know, I see y'all been really liking our dating segment. So we're just gonna keep this going and just keep talking about it and just trying to get the feel of like what men want versus what women want. So get in those comments. Let us know, you know, once we dive in with your thoughts and just like get engaged with us. So we're going to talk about dating standards versus expectations and things that are unrealistic in the dating world versus men and women. So when we're dating, what do you guys think their expectations are or the standards are versus in the dating scene? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I don't know. Like, expectations are things that should be like a given, right? Or are those the things that we expect that there may not be a given? They should just be the standard. Like, I feel like respect is a standard and an expectation. Like,
Absolutely.
Because nobody is going into a relationship saying, I don't expect to be respected. Mm-hmm. And that's also a standard. Like, I should be respected in this relationship, right?
It will be
kind of the same thing. But then we have like Cookie on our Valentine's and dating episode. You talked about like dating me is a standard. Taking me out on dates is my standard. Like, that is a given for me. That is one of your standards. That's also one of the expectations that a lot of women have, but I think that we all may not press it like the same. Like, we may say that, you know, I want to go out on dates, but I don't press it out like that. Like, I'm not going to say, like, I'm not talking to this guy if he don't take me out on dates, because I've been in relationships where I haven't been on dates. So I can't even say that, you know, that was a standard for me.
So, but what do you think? What are men or women like? What is unrealistic things that are going on in today's society that's like making it a red flag? Like,
I think we would have to have some men on here to get their feedback. So I'm hoping that they're watching and they're joining us in the comments so they can give us a little bit of their feedback. But a lot of what I don't know, this is probably going to sound bad, but I feel like a lot of men put like sex high up on their like expectation list, and like the frequency of it may be slightly unrealistic. You know, just like how some women, the frequency of getting monetary things or extravagant gifts might be unrealistic for some men to achieve. The frequency of the sexual relationship might be unrealistic for some women to achieve, especially like if you base things like back in the day. The women was sitting in the house all day. They didn't have anything to do except for, you know, housework, and they didn't have to leave out the house. They weren't going to an actual job. They were in the house. They were taking care of children and all that stuff, and they could get themselves all dialed up for their man when they came home. And some men still have like that vision as what they want as well, but they're not creating the other side of that picture for that woman to be able to achieve that. That woman has been out all day working her 9 to 5 just like you've been. She might be tired. She might not want to get it on when you get home. Now, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking for other women. I'm not speaking for me because that's not how I see things. I'll be like, yes, when we get in this house, it's on like popcorn.
I think for me, one of the unrealistic standards that men will have for women is that she does, okay, if you pull up and you're flossing or showing off a certain vehicle, or you showing off your bling on your wrist or whatever, you are giving, how can I put this? You're giving the woman expectations like, oh, he has money. Like you're putting that up front. So her expectation might have been to meet a nice man, but you just made her think of an expectation like, oh, he got that, let me get it. You know, he needs to buy that for me.
She thinks she got a baller now because
absolutely
he flossing.
Yeah. And then one of his standards may be to have a bad female on his side. Well, in order for you to have that bad female, you have those expectations. You have to take care of her. You have to make sure that she's able to produce that look that you're looking for. You know, so I think you may come with these expectations of having this bad female on your side, but then your standards don't match up because you have to give her certain things, and her expectations is, if he want me to look good, have my hair done, nails done, that costs money. You know what I'm saying?
And like, are you paying for it?
Her expectation might be for you to pay for it. So if
I once had a conversation with somebody and they were asking me, well, why do you always get your nails pink? I said, because that's what I pay for and that's what I like. And when you start paying for my nails, then you can give me input on what color I get my nails. And you can give me all the input in the world once you pay for it. But if you're not paying for it, then your input is not welcome here.
Exactly.
Period.
And I think it's unrealistic for a man to think that he's going to have a bad female on his side and she's just going to be bad, making him look good, and he's not helping her retain that. That is unrealistic to me.
It's maintenance. Everything is maintenance.
Yeah. And I also think another unrealistic expectations that some men have, and maybe some women, is that just because you've taken me out to a nice restaurant one time, you bought me a lobster, you're getting dessert. That's no, it doesn't work.
You're not getting the booty.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't work like that. You know,
but some men really think
expectation.
If and this be the killer thing for me. Realistically, my standard, my expectation. Not even this is standard. If you ask me out, if we go out, I do not expect to pay. Period. Okay, that is a standard for me. Can I pay? Absolutely, I can pay. But you rang my phone, you DM me, you went in and asked me out. So the expectation is, the standard is, okay, you are paying to take me out because we're going on a date. And I feel like a man should pay for the first date. You know, if I ask to take you out, then maybe I'll feel like I may want to pay, but I don't ask men out because I don't have to.
And guess what? Just like you have a standard of if they ask to take you out, your standards that they pay, they have a standard. If they ask to take you out, you're going to show up looking like your picture did if it's on social media, or you going to show up looking like the bad broad that you are. So it's even. To me, it's a level playing ground. You know, you making me feel good. I'm full. I'm making you look good. You got me on your side.
Because all right, you paid for dinner. You know, we go out to a nice white tablecloth dinner. You know, that dinner might be with drinks. You might spend $200 and something, right? But I got my nails done. I got my hair done. I went and brought an outfit. You know, that's $200 and something right there.
Looking good and smelling better. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually even, because most guys don't really go out and buy an outfit to go on a date. I don't know most guys to go out and buy an outfit to go on a date. Women do it all the time.
Yes, because we putting our best foot forward, just like they should put their best dollar forward. If you want to be, it's not all about money. Because if we go out, my expectation is to have a good moment where we can converse and get to know each other. Dialogue has to come. That is an expectation.
We are learning each other. We're getting to know each other. Absolutely. This is the time when we are finding out if we're even going to be compatible. Anyway, because it might not be anything past the first date, and that's okay too. I think that's another unrealistic expectation that a lot of men have, that I took you out, so now we going to be continuing to go out. Why? I might not like you.
But then on the flip side, they say, well, if this is the first date, I'm not gonna spend all this money on you on the first date because I don't know you like that. So let us meet at a coffee shop.
Nobody said we had to go to the Capitol Grill.
Yeah, right. But see, that's what women have to understand on the flip side. our expectation, he asked me out, he better spend this on me, he better not take me to this place. But their expectation to take you out is just to get to know if they want to spend that money on you.
And so most of the time, I don't even want to go somewhere all super fancy because now I feel like you wanting something in return, and I don't even know you like that.
Yeah, it's so many levels.
Slight. Let's go to happy hour, or let's go to brunch or something like that, where we don't have it. You can quell all your expectations down because it ain't gonna happen.
Do you expect a man to open your doors on the first date?
That is a standard.
No, like car doors and everything like that. That's a standard for you.
Absolutely.
So that's a strike if a man doesn't open your car door.
A strike, absolutely. But I think once you speak, because see, y'all know I'm old school. I ain't been on a date. I'm old school. But before you even get for me to be even accepting a date, we have to have conversed, talked. I have to see you out in your element, and I'm with my girls. Like, it's not no one-on-one action just because first of all, I've never in life accepted any dates from a DM. I barely even, how I am in social media. It's not happening. So
good luck, y'all. If you're trying to get in contact with her in her DM, it ain't gonna happen.
No, she is like dinosaur age. Like,
no, I'm getting better. It's like social media to me was in the beginning, it's like a big facade. Everybody made themselves up to be something that they're not. My expectations I guess when was it even, there definitely wasn't no Instagram, none of that. This shit is new. But having the expectation to be taken out to a fine dining restaurant on the first date, a lot of men think, no, I'm not spending all that bread on you if I don't really even like you, or not even like you, but even know you enough to like you like that. Women think you need to put your best foot forward when you ask me out. You better lay it out on the table, because if I only liked you a little bit, that's going to probably help me want to have a second date with you. So it's a double-edged sword. It's a double.
Yeah, and I like things to flow naturally. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I don't like is after we go out on that date, you start FaceTiming me.
Oh, she don't like a FaceTime. Do not.
Like that,
like knocking on your door, showing up.
It's rude. It's rude. I don't like that. Like I don't like that. Okay, you spent $200, $300 went on this date. Now you just FaceTiming me out the goddamn blue. That is not a standard. Don't do that.
You want to see your beautiful face again.
Well, I got my bonnet on right now.
You probably already got my social media. If you want to see my face, go on there and look at the 10,000 pictures that I got up.
They want to see you in. They don't want want natural
pictures, because I have 10,000 plus posts on social media. Literally, you can go see a picture for every day of the year if you would like to on my social media. Why do you need a picture from right now?
They want the present. They don't want the past. They want you right now.
It probably was 20 minutes ago. Go look on IG.
It's different. This is supposed to be something special between y'all two. They want to be. They want to find the intimacy.
I just went out on the first date, man. You need special pictures? Like, no, your expectations of this relationship are
absolutely unrealistic.
Unrealistic.
Hello, really, if you get somebody at the first time they FaceTime, it's like, come on, now that is seriously the audacity.
But we are in this climate where FaceTime is like the way, like the top form of communication. People are FaceTiming.
I don't know. I'm a FaceTimer.
I'm not. I'm old school in that way, and I don't like it. You need to ask me first.
FaceTime my baby, and that's it.
But that's when he's your man. It's different. We talking about you just meeting somebody.
No, I don't. I feel like they use their FaceTime as an intimidation tactic anyway.
Why?
Yes, I do. Because I can recall being in certain instances where it wasn't a relationship, but I may have been talking to somebody, and if we are going and like engaging in a back and forth and the conversation is not going their way, now they want to FaceTime. No, because I can get jiggy with my fingers telling you off in this text message. Now I'm looking at you and I think you're fine, and then you done got me all flabbergasted. I can't even get my thoughts right because you in my face. No, I don't like that. So how about this? I'm hanging up. Boop, you're blocked from FaceTime, and now I'm cussing you back out on via text.
See, you know that text and stuff. I don't like it. I'm not a texter. The tone in the text can be different from the tone that you're trying to present a message.
Wow, that tone is absolutely exactly what you thought it was.
No, and then all those typos, misspelled words. I can't. Like, if you want to talk to me or converse, call me verbally. Not no FaceTime, not visually, verbally. Don't do that. Don't do that scriptically. If that's the word either? No, I can't read all that.
Scripted. So is it also unrealistic to put a timeline on, like, okay, we've been out on 6 dates? Do you like? Is it unrealistic to be like, all right, like, what are we doing?
My man, guilty.
Like, is it
no,
like,
that is annoying? It's not
unrealistic. Is it like, because some women, you've been out on date, you be out on a date. We've been out on 6, 7, 8 dates now.
What are we
You're
doing?
my man at that point.
What are we is that unrealistic to think that
we doing?
Is that unrealistic to think that y'all together just because y'all been out on 6 dates?
Yes, the honest. Yes, I think it's unrealistic. Unless you had that conversation with that man or that woman, pump your brakes, boo-boo. Okay?
Oh no, my brakes.
Some guys are serial daters.
Yep, you're right. Some guys don't want to be serious. They don't want to be. Some females don't want to be serious. I just want to date. Problem.
Some guys are serious daters. Like they got a date every day of the week.
And you have to be careful and ask questions. When you go on your first date,
I'm gonna be mad as hell.
Ask the man or woman, are you dating with intentions of forming a relationship, or are you just having fun?
Or are you just having fun? Now I will ask that question, like, absolutely. Okay, so what are we doing? Because I just want to be clear. Like, are we just having fun? Are we dating?
I think that's fair.
Go somewhere with this. And I will also ask, like, and who else are you dating?
That's
like,
a good
are
question.
you dating other people?
So does that like irk you? Like when you talk to a guy, he's like, well, yeah, I'm dating like I'm dating 3 other people right now.
I mean, he had a life before you. That's not irking. That's honest. That's irking, Tay. That's irking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he had a life before you.
Okay, well, I'm here now. So
okay, so put your best foot forward and make him get rid of the
all seriousness. I asked that because if I feel like it's getting more serious, then he may feel like I need to know to pace myself. So if the person does say, like, well, you know, I am out here still going on dates and all that other stuff. Okay, so I need to pace myself. And pacing myself may include me going on some other dates too, because I'm just revolving myself around you. Like, you the sun and I'm the moon. So we gonna figure this whole thing out, because what's good for the goose got to be good for the gander too. So I think you can't feel no type of way when I start going on dates and stuff. And you know,
I think that's
I'm
fair.
a poster. You gonna know.
But you can't. But if you personally are starting to date with intentions on finding your mate to be in a relationship, an exclusive relationship, and this man is dating numerous women or multiple women because he's having fun, then right then and there, you should know this is not the man for me.
Well, I may not be at that moment.
But how do you know? How would she know that's not the man? Like, what if she's the one who makes him want to exclusively date her? And so she
will let her know.
Right. So we both may not be at that exclusive dating moment yet. So if you're not there and I'm not there, then we're both still, figuring this thing out. Okay, cool. We could revisit this in a couple more dates, because best believe I'm revisiting this in a couple more dates, and I'm going to ask you. So where are we now? Are we still in the same place that we were a couple weeks ago?
And
or
if you say
are we somewhere different?
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
So when you date, like if a guy, have you been out on a date? Have you been out on a date and the guy asks you, are you dating? You're like, yeah, I'm dating like a few people right now. Are women comfortable enough saying that to men, or we kind of reluctant in kind of saying that because it might, there's different standards for women these days.
I hope they're comfortable with saying that because that's their truth.
Are we having that conversation on the date or like?
I think that needs to be had on the first date. Like, are you dating other people?
I think on a phone conversation, those conversations.
Yeah, I need to see. No, we can have that right in person.
Awkward.
You lying to me on the phone.
You gotta be in his face.
Are you dating other people? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a fair conversation.
I am too.
Verbally on the phone or in person. I think that's fair because I think that's what dating is about. I think dating is so you can go out, meet new people, see if you vibe and see if it's organic, see if you're attractive. I think that's what it's all about. I think those questions are excellent.
Yeah, because you can you can meet somebody. Let's, for instance, you meet someone out at a bar. It's dark. Y'all start talking. Then you go on a date with him, and then you realize, like, ooh, like this is like not a big old head. I didn't realize his head was that big, or he's a little shorter than what I thought he was. Things change.
This is not the same person who numbers we exchange. And
you gotta have bear goggles on. You gotta
well, she was looking fine if I had that bottle of Henny in the daggone thing, but this ain't I don't recall her looking like this. I mean, people play as fuck up.
Yeah. I think that's true. So that would be a good reason to have a FaceTime conversation before you see that man or that woman on the first date. Hello?
But I agree. But I definitely think that a lot of guys personally think women these days have a lot of unrealistic standards, because I've been sitting in rooms and they be like, oh, females think that, oh, we supposed to pay for her to do this or take her out, and it's almost like a negative tone, like, dang, but you the same man that say you got this and got that and you doing this and you doing that, but now you want to sit up in a room and be like, oh, yeah, this all they want to do. They expect you to take them out or expect you to take them there, but you bragging about it though.
What am I supposed to want to do? Just sit in the house and watch Netflix all the time? And I love Netflix, but I don't want to do that all the time.
I think if they want that, you need to find a female who also wants that, and y'all Netflix it on, because you have your type of females that likes to be wined and dined. And
occasionally I like to have me a good handcrafted cocktail, and I don't want to handcraft it myself.
Thank you, and you shouldn't have to, sweetie.
I say all the time. I think it's time for a cocktail outside of this house.
Period.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said,
he might say, I think it's time for you to get bent over outside of this house. And you got to be down with that too, right?
Well, it depends on how many of those handcrafted cocktails we have tonight.
Quid pro quo. Okay. I'm joking. Do whatever is comfortable for you and where you are in your dating atmosphere. But unrealistic expectations and standards is a thing. Sometimes you be looking at your friend like, girl, stop. Like, you sound crazy.
And it's both sides of it. It's Absolutely. The man and it's the woman. We all have unrealistic, aspects of the dating world when it comes down to it. We all do.
Yeah, I think you should be open to bend a little and compromise, sometimes a lot, if you want to find that special person, because we can be in our own ways a lot of times. Why am I single?
My own way with
man in the mirror
too much. So now,
why? I mean, a lot of people. I don't really hear men saying why I'm single. I usually only hear women. You do?
Yes.
Why? The why in front of it?
I don't understand why I'm single. Why I can't find that special woman. I'm like, have you looked in the man in the mirror? Because it starts within. Maybe your expectations are unrealistic, and that's how the conversation starts.
A lot. I mean, I definitely think some men, what they are looking for in a woman, a modern woman these days, are just unrealistic. Like a lot of women are modern women, right? There's no way that, this whole, we go back to this submissive, they start getting into, they want this submissive woman, or they want their woman. Like we're in a generation now where females, they have friend groups and they hang out with their friends and they go to brunches and they do this or they do that. Like these women are modern social women
Girls just want to have fun.
that have things going on. And some men think that is very unrealistic. In their eyes, the modern woman is just completely unrealistic.
Yeah,
I've been in so many settings where I've seen men absolutely say that.
Accepting the modern woman, because we are in a modern society. Again, like I said in the beginning, we are not back in the days, in our grandparents' days, where all I have to do is tend to these children and make sure your dinner is in the oven on the hot plate for you to get home after you work 12 hours in the factory or wherever it is the hell you was working at.
And he's not even giving you that setting to even be that woman. So how dare you want me to be that woman?
I had a stressful day just like
Thank you.
I have friends outside of this house just like you do.
Thank you.
No.
Make my setting be your narrative, and then we
feel with these men now. And a lot of them are looking at these old school standards like, oh, I want that. I want what my grandpa had. They can't even say like my dad, because most of them, the dad ain't had that.
Look, they got old school standards with new expectations. It don't match.
You said a mouthful with that one right there.
It does not.
That's it right there, Jackie. I think that's it.
Yeah. It don't match.
That's it.
Yeah.
Because
and this ain't it.
And it's not fair. It's not fair because we are not our grandmothers.
No.
We would never be them.
Because my grandmother never worked. My grandmother never had her life. My grandmother never did a lot of things. She had babies. She kept that house clean. And not saying that's not work, but she wasn't clocking in and clocking out. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want those old standards, you better come with some old expectations. You don't want me to do nothing but be cute at home and take care of these bad ass kids. You know what I'm saying?
Say that then.
Yeah, and I got you. But if you're not coming like that, bye with your little unrealistic thoughts.
Seriously.
You never go to work? Oh, okay. Then I can go to happy hour too. Good night.
Say it.
Be blessed.
I love it. Yeah, so let us know what you think. We would love to read these comments. Men, come in because we learn off of you, and I hope you're learning off of us.
And we appreciate you guys that have been DMing us,
yes,
commenting on our YouTube channel, and have been commenting on our IG page, just giving us some of the male insight, because we're three modern women on this podcast, but we love to hear what the men have to say on these topics, and this is why we bring these topics up. So we do appreciate the guys who have been reaching out and just giving us your thoughts.
Yes, because some of us do think like a man. We act like women, but we think like men. I get it. Until I don't.
Because sometimes you wonder where they get the audacity. Make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube page, and you got to follow us on the gram. O_the.audacity.